Welcome students. Now we are going to discuss about 8051 architecture. So here 8051 is one of the microcontroller that is on chip CPU. And it has on chip RAM, on chip ROM and serial communication ports. Now we discuss 8051 architecture. So if you see this figure is about microcontroller architecture, that is of 8051 architecture. So we are having different kinds of blocks. So the 8051 architecture has mainly 7 components. Those are: first one, bus control. So these are the main components in 8051 architecture. First one is of bus control, that is data and address bus. So 8051 microcontroller has 2 buses, that is data and address bus. But in case of 8086 microprocessor, we have system bus, that has 3 buses, that are address bus, data bus and control bus. But here we are having only 2 buses, that is data bus and address bus. Next, second one, we are having 4 general purpose parallel input or output ports, that we will discuss later. Next, third one is we are having timers and counters. Next, fourth one is it has internal RAM and ROM, and we can connect the external memory also. And fifth one is serial communication port. Here we use UART, that is universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. Sixth one, we are having the interrupt control logic. So those can be either software or hardware interrupts. And last one, CPU, central processing unit. So these are the main components in 8051 microcontroller. Now we discuss about these components in detail about now. Now coming to the first device, that is bus control. So we know that bus is group of wires. So it has the 2 buses, that are data bus and address bus. First, data bus, it is one of the 8-bit data bus, and second one is address bus. Here we are having 16-bit bus transfer information, so it can transfer the information but not data. Second one, 4 input or output ports, and these ports are of general purpose parallel input or output ports. So we are having 4 input or output ports, that are port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Now coming to port 0, it has no external memories. Second, it can access general purpose input or output ports. Next one, if external memory present, then it acts multiplexed address and data bus. So we can say that it can play dual role. Now come to this port 1. So it has input or output ports, and it does not perform dual functions. Now come to port 2. It is similarly port 0. So it can access general purpose ports. Now come to this port 3. It behaves as a dedicated input or output port. Now third device, that is timers and counters. So here we are having internal operations can be synchronized with the clock. So timers and counters are having 2 pins that are of external 1, external 2. So these are the pins of oscillator circuit. If you see in architecture, we are having this one is of the oscillator circuit. So here it is having 2 pins, external 1 and external 2. Now timers and counters has 4 additional pins, that are EA, PSEN, ALE, RST. So EA stands for external enable, PSEN stands for program store enable, ALE stands for address latch enable, and RST is reset pin. So these are the 4 additional pins. Now come to the fourth block, that is of internal RAM and ROM. So we know that ROM is non-volatile memory. Here a code of 4K memory is on-chip ROM, and it can address program memory as well as 64K data memory. Now come to this RAM. RAM is one of the volatile memory. So whenever power is off, the data will be erased. So it is one of the 128 bytes of internal RAM, and it is divided into 32 working registers. So RAM is one of the 128 bytes of RAM, and it is divided into 32 working registers. And again it is divided into 4 register banks. So that are bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3. And each bank is 8-bit size. That is from R0 to R7. Now coming to this serial communication port, it has pins that are of SBUF register, SCON register, PCON register, RxD and TXD. So SBUF stands for serial port data buffer. It holds the data. Next, SCON, serial control register. It manages data communication. PCON, that is power control register. It transfer data. Power control register manages data transfer rates. Next, last one, receiver and transmitter of data pins. Receive data, transmit data. And the serial communication port has 4 programmable modes. Those are serial data mode 0, that is shift register mode. Second one, serial data mode 1, standard UART. UART means universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. Next one, serial data mode 2, that is multiprocessor mode. And last one, serial data mode 3. So these are the serial communication ports. So having these kind of registers. And last one, these are the receiver and transmitter pins. Now come to the 6th block, interrupt control block. So we can give interrupts as either internal or external. There are 2 ways of giving interrupt to microcontroller. One is by sending software instructions, or second one is by sending hardware signals. And it has 5 sources of interrupts in 8051. That are 2 external interrupt sources connected through interrupt 0 and interrupt 1, and another 3 external interrupt sources that are from serial port interrupt, timer flag 0, timer flag 1. Now come to the last block, that is CPU. So the 8051, the system bus connects all the support devices to the CPU. This one is the main part in 8051 microcontroller, that is of central processing unit CPU. So these are the main blocks of 8051 architecture. Okay, thank you.